Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to NXT Takeover Brooklyn 2 and Summerslam of 2016 review. Ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize that I was not able to do Summerslam of 2016 last night. I did kind of get very sleepy, and that was pretty much it on that scenario. But since we got Matt up here, he's ready to do NXT Brooklyn Takeover 2 and the fact that I didn't do SummerSlam. We're going to do both in one full video here. So let's get things started. Let's get it on, as Mills Lane used to put it.
Yes, and right before you get started, do we have an opinion on which show was better before we get into the whole review?
I would say that if SummerSlam, I'm going to just say my overall opinion, if SummerSlam didn't fall flat near the end, I'd have said SummerSlam would have been better. But the takeover of Brooklyn was consistent throughout the entire 2 hours and 30 minutes. It had consistency, and the audience was in it from beginning to end.
All right, so first match on the card.
I actually am pulling that up right now, but you can continue to add some thoughts in here about the show, and then we'll start with the first match of NXT TakeOver.
My overall thoughts, yes. Brooklyn was more entertaining. I'd have to say more entertaining like always. It kept to an even flow. While SummerSlam, oh, God, I mean, unless you watched the pre-show, you basically missed a bunch of boring-ass matches. And then there were some consistencies throughout the entire night. Kind of a bull crap that the biggest match that was hyped up the most turned into a complete mess. But we'll get onto that when we get to the actual SummerSlam.
Yep, absolutely. So, let's start things off with NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2. Austin Aries versus No Way Jose.
Okay, your opinions on No Way.
This specific match.
My thoughts. I like the slow build-up of the match was going because I, of course, watch NXT on a weekly basis. So, first they did had Aries do a surprise heel turn by attacking No Way Jose while they were supposedly celebrating because Aries thought that he didn't want his spot taken. So the heel turn was good, and then after about I think 2 weeks later. No Way Jose attacked him. I'll just call him Jose. Attacked him from behind. Kind of the attack from earlier kind of lit a fire under him, made him more aggressive because he's more like a. I have to say he's a lot better in terms of his character to say Adam Rose with the party gimmick. You saw when he came out, he brought a bunch of fans and they had a big conga line. So that's pretty much what No Way Jose is. He's kind of like a party guy. But
to be honest with you, he's a little bit of a watered-down version of Adam Rose. And it's a good thing, though, because when Adam Rose came along in the main roster, he was bizarre, weird, and a little over-the-top ridiculous.
Yeah.
No Way Jose, he was a little bit different, not to mention a very good technical wrestler with Austin Aries in this match, based on what I've seen. This match was an outstanding performance, good opener for a 10-minute match. And Austin Aries, of course, walked away with the victory by a submission hold that he used to do in TNA.
Yes, they are allowing him to use the last chancery. And they're still keeping it, and they're not changing the name. It's still referred to as the last chancery, which is good. They're not changing his character, but they sometimes do.
There's another thing that they said about there is another thing that they say about Austin Aries that's pretty damn cool. They actually call him the greatest man that ever lived, which he used to use in TNA as well. So it seems like everything that he had about his character has carried over into the WWE, which is great because WWE, that's what made Austin Aries Austin Aries. Without that, I don't think you can say he's a legit guy as being Austin Aries if you change his gimmick.
Nope. And of course, the after show attack, which led to Hideo Itami coming out. That's gonna probably be an interesting match in the later on where he got hit with a GTS.
Oh, I guarantee you, if there's an NXT takeover in the next 2 months, that will be on the card. If not, then you'll see that on an NXT show in the main event. Those two going at it.
It still felt funny that the fans chanting for GTS. When you think of that, you first think of Punk. So it's good to see that dude is still alive.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking messed up. But anyway, my overall rating on this match is a 3 out of 5 stars. What's your rating of it?
Same here, because, as an opener, you kind of expect, and plus, you pretty much called in during your prediction video that Aries was going to walk off with the win, so it was pretty much set in stone how it was going to turn out.
Yep.
But it was a good, entertaining match for an opener.
Yep. Ember Moon defeats Billie Kay. I have no idea about these two women, and who the fuck cares? This match was a dud. Did not give a shit. I skipped it.
Okay, well, damn, dude, you should probably watch. Okay, I'm not really familiar with Ember Moon. Billie Kay is new, and I'm not familiar with her, but Ember Moon is a promising, good talent. But I kind of stayed away from YouTube and trying to learn about her because I was kind of looking forward to the actual debut. I do know that I think she went under by the wrestling name, the Amazon or something. But she won. I'm sure you saw the highlights on SummerSlam when they showed her doing some sort of springboard, kind of a somersault into a stunner.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's how she won the match.
Yeah, I remember the ending of that match. So I skipped it and got to the end, and it showed her doing like a springboard type stunner, and that was pretty badass. Billie Kay just fell down like a lump of shit. So that was pretty good. But overall, I was not interested in watching this match in full, so I just skipped it.
It was a debut match. They just threw it in there because she needed an opponent. But I can guarantee you this that once Bayley moves to the main roster, we're going to be seeing a lot of good matches between Asuka and yeah. So we're going to see a lot of good matches there. Plus, they have actually had matches on live events, but they're pretty much keeping the whole Asuka being undefeated until probably they face each other next Takeover.
I think Asuka's. We'll get into her. I'll discuss a little bit about her.
Yeah,
Bobby Roode's debut match. I believe this is his debut match. Yeah, I will give you my overall opinion about it. I don't like it. I like the selfish generation. I think him being the leader of the selfish generation, I like that. I like TNA's form of Bobby Roode. But
I have a huge rant about that. I was not gonna do it because a lot of people haven't really touched on the subject, but I'll go right ahead and how WWE, more importantly, Vince seems to like the idea of milking a wrestler when he comes from a legacy. That's what I'm worried about. That's what I've always worried about. What if Rude ever went to WWE? If they were gonna try to rebuild him as the next Rick Rude or something, because ravishing Rick Rude. Next thing you know, they're gonna start calling him Glorious Bobby Roode. It's something I've always was worried about, but apparently everyone is just not concerned about that. I mean, the gimmick took me about 2 weeks to finally accept it. Because when he first came out, he was, everyone was cheering when he made his debut, his TV debut. People were rooting for him. They referred to it, they briefly mentioned that he was known as the it factor of professional wrestling.
Oh, they did during the pay-per-view, too. They still called him the it factor, but They
Yeah, but
they
it took him
mentioned
about
more of him being glorious.
5 minutes to soak it in, and then immediately do the whole heel thing turn. But people still love it. And his
Yeah,
entrance, I mean, coming from up high and then bringing him down, that was just
I did not like that at all. I did not like it. Be perfectly honest with you, I think that everything TNA did with Bobby Roode, with his gimmick, personality, his theme song, all of it, matched Bobby Roode as Bobby Roode. This seems like he was a mixture of Rick. The only thing he's got going for him that they still stuck with is his personality. That's the
yeah,
only thing. But his gimmick, his look, all of it looks like shit. I don't like it, but because of the personality traits and it still represents who he is, I still like him, period. Because at the end of the day, you can get used to all the look of Bobby Roode, but as long as he still has that cocky, egotistical personality, it'll
yeah,
eventually wear on you and you'll just accept it.
yeah. That's kind of what
But
I was feeling because he's still acting like the it factor. Everything he's talked about, he is going to be the superstar who brings TNA to the next level. Claims he looks like a superstar. He dresses like a superstar. So it's pretty much the same stuff from back when he was in TNA, but they're just tweaking it a little bit. And again, you either like it or you don't. And
the
I mean,
robe needs to go. The robe absolutely needs to go. The pose, I don't disagree with. I like the pose. I like what he does before he gets to the ring. He does this.
well,
It looks like
remember,
a Randy Orton type of look, but it's not. The robe is not Bobby Roode. That's a Ric
technically it
Flair
was
look.
when he first, broke out of Team Canada. He kind of,
Oh yeah, when he had the money,
yeah, that's
the
how they
money
did
gimmick.
that. They, kind of used the Rick Rude deal, try to build him up when they first started out in the singles company.
Yeah,
That's
I
kind of
didn't
what they
like him
do.
as that. I didn't like him
Yeah,
with
I
the
know,
robe
I know.
either then.
I liked him better when beer money and all that.
That
But
and when he went on his own and turned his back on James Storm and became the leader
yeah,
of the
I'll
selfish
we'll go back
generation.
again before we got into his opponent. What do you think of this new finisher?
What was the name of the finisher again? You
Glorious.
broke up.
Oh, they're calling it the Glorious Bomb. It's just
But
it's
he
a
still
pump.
does that suplex with a fisherman
Yeah, yeah.
the
He's
with
still
the
doing
hook.
the yeah. He's still doing the fisherman suplex, but they tweaked it where he's not doing the rude bomb. With the fireman's carry into a knee backbreaker or anything. He's doing a pump handle power bomb.
Okay. Yeah,
Now, what about his
that's
opponent? What do you think of his opponent? Because
his opponent was okay. I mean, it wasn't nothing big. Like No Way Jose, it was pretty much the same type of thing. It was nothing major,
so
or anything big of a deal.
yeah,
He
he's
did well with Rude, but again, like I said, Rude and Austin Aries need to be on a winning streak, and eventually, at
the
some
dirty
point,
heels. You want to see the dirty
they need
heels.
to bring the Dirty Heels as a tag team together to face the Revivals. Now let's get into this tag team match for
Oh
the
yeah,
tag
okay.
team titles on NXT. I don't know what was the show stealer out of the three championship matches, but I have to admit, this tag team match was freaking unbelievable. Close calls, close three counts, everything, you name it. The crowd was getting louder by each count. It was
And
just
let's not
freaking unbelievable.
and let's not leave the fact out that at one point Johnny Gongaro or Johnny Wrestling, however you want to refer to him as, won the match, but the other guy got put his partner's foot on the rope. So technically, they
Yeah,
did win.
that was fucking That was freaking gosh darn great heel tactic maneuver in a tag team match. There wasn't really a screw job, but it was giving their own team leverage against their opponent by doing that.
Yeah, and like I said, that match was so good, you couldn't really put a prediction on it. It was pick. Yes, the
Yeah.
Revival won, and I have no problem with that because you could have gone with either one, and it was still a good match.
Yep. It was really a great match, actually.
Yeah, great match, and it's definitely something that's worth a 4 or 4.5.
Yes, I will put the tag team title match as a 4. Bobby Roode and the Adred Almas, I give it a
Yes.
3. Solid
Yeah,
3.
another 3. Yeah, another good solid 3.
So let's move on to Asuka and Bayley. Again, this match, the Women's Championship match, was so much similar to their last match, only this time it ended in a pinfall. They are making Asuka seem to be this unbeatable bitch. She's like a Goldberg version of fucking women's wrestling.
That's exactly. I
Beat.
guess you can call her that. I mean, she is technically undefeated because I don't know what happens at live events, and I'm sure they don't count that. But ever since her debut, she's beaten everyone in her that they put in front of her.
Yeah, she was outstanding in this match, and so was Bayley once again. They both performed very well. I hope eventually Bayley, when she moves up to the main roster, becomes the champion. Asuka goes on to go to the main roster, and Bayley starts getting wins over her. And back win a main roster championship belt in the women's division. I think that will be an outstanding idea.
Were there any spots in the match that you thought were like jaw-dropping?
Yeah, I think the finish. I mean, there was quite a few kicks Bayley took that was just unreal. A lot of great action occurred in this match. I can't even quite remember, but it was really entertaining stuff. I definitely liked every bit of it. The whole action flowed very well. Me personally, I give this match at least a 4.5 out of 5 stars. This was really a good match. Actually, I'll make it a 4 because if I'm going to say that, I should make the tag team match a 4.5 out of 5 stars. But I'm not going to do that. I'm giving Asuka and Bayley a 4 out of 5 stars.
All 3 title matches were superb.
Yeah, definitely. So what do you give the women's championship match?
Again, I have to go with a good solid 4. I love the match. Bayley put up a great fight. The story behind it was
fantastic.
It was fantastic. They hit every spot in the storyline about Bayley wanting a rematch. She was back in Brooklyn where she first won the title, so she wanted that redemption that she from losing it in Dallas. And even though she lost, she got a standing ovation from the audience.
Yep. And I'll tell you the truth, that promo video was outstanding. The whole thing, from the promo video package to the match itself, 100% right on the way wrestling needs to be these days in main roster style. I don't understand why it's so hard for them to do this, outside of the fact that Vince McMahon is just a fucking asshole. And that's really
the only reason why. That you just nailed it. For some reason, he does not understand what good wrestling is. He just wants something to put on a show and saying, you know what? You can make it as much as you want, but still, crap will always be crap. You can dress it up. You can spray perfume on it, but still, unless you change the outlook, the in look, it's not going to be the same.
Look, the truth of the matter is NXT is like UFC. You got storylines developing within the in-ring action. You got interaction going on that's full of heated energy that builds and hypes up a fight. Those press conferences they use in
dude.
UFC is exactly what the whole thing is, to hype up a
That's
fight.
exactly how they built the Nakamura-Joe match. They built it exactly like you would see in UFC. Seriously.
Yeah.
They did everything they could to make sure those two would not confront each other. I mean, they even had a standard interview where they talked about whether they respected each other, and Joe claims that yes, he does respect Nakamura for what he has done, but he has no respect about how Nakamura went to just be giving the title, giving a title opportunity.
Yeah, he didn't win any number one contenders match. He has been in NXT for what? How long? About 4 or 5 months.
Somewhere like that. And yes, he beat Sami
He beat
Zayn.
Finn Balor. That's one
He beat
reason.
Finn Balor, and yes, yeah, and that was it. I mean, he basically beat some of the best guys in NXT at the time. Yes, he beat Finn Balor.
That's about the only reason why to be the number one contender, because Samoa Joe is having nothing but trouble trying to defeat Finn Balor for months. So with that being said, I mean, it made perfect sense, but at the same time, wasn't a number one contenders match. And
speaking of Bayley,
I like the
she just made her debut.
Huh?
Speaking of Bayley, she just made her debut on Raw.
Oh, great. Well, thanks for that spoiler.
Okay, no problem. What do you guys do? No one really cares anyway. I mean, who's gonna watch Raw when they're watching us?
Yeah, I don't think nobody's watching us, Matt. Not right now, anyway. Maybe later when they see the videos uploaded, but that's about it. Too many people. We're trying to compete against Raw, Matthew. Even though Raw's losing ratings, I don't think they're going to lose to us, too.
That's a damn shame.
Let's get real with ourselves. Anyway, that was pretty funny. But anyway, Nakamura actually wins the NXT Championship belt. Was this surprising to you or not?
It was not. I mean, I kind of expected Nakamura to win because, honestly, there have been some problems with Joe when it comes to him and William Regal in the back. So it was possible. What I did not expect was the potential outcome. But before that, we had a great entrance with Nakamura with the live performance of his entrance music, which was great to see, great to hear.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. It was like a WrestleMania type of feeling there.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that you can actually get that kind of sound from a simple violin, because normally it sounds like just a standard electric guitar when you hear it.
Yeah. My personal opinion, this match was pretty damn awesome. It seemed like a lot of people were into it. I didn't get to watch the whole entire match. I'm going to rewatch it sometime before I go to sleep or while I'm at work when I'm not busy.
Yeah, but when we got here, Joe could not hit the muscle buster, which was probably one factor. And Nakamura used his long legs to get to the ropes when he was caught in the Kokia clutch. And when Joe kind of slipped and fell and then got hit for the first knee kick, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, like Kinshin or something, his finishing move, it actually broke his jaw.
Yeah, I just saw that there was a statement made that Samoa Joe got a broken jaw. So, with all that being said, do you feel that? Well, do you feel that? What do you call it? Do you feel that Samoa Joe deserves an opportunity at some point down the line, maybe WrestleMania 33, to face Brock Lesnar one-on-one?
Oh God, this question. I've heard this on. Yes, I heard this question a lot during the entire week. That both of those guys would make great opponents for Brock Lesnar. Yes, Joe would give Brock a good fight, and yes, if you actually follow New Japan, apparently Nakamura and Brock have had history together.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, I would actually prefer to see Joe versus Brock because they can both put on that that MMA style fighting environment.
Yeah, I really think so too. I think it'll be a great match. I hope they decide to change their minds about Brock Lesnar facing whoever's the Universal Champion. God help us with this
Oh
fucking name.
God, that yes. Let's not even call that title the Universal Belt because that
I'm
is just
just calling it the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and call the SmackDown
no,
title
no,
the
no, 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 no.
WWE title.
The WWE World Heavyweight title that's on SmackDown. Raw has the WWE Bullshit Championship.
Yeah, that fucking title's
I'll
ugly.
get onto that when we get to
Yeah.
SummerSlam. So
Okay, well, we
what
are
you give?
on now
Wait,
SummerSlam, okay? So,
wait. Four. What you give the Joe and Nakamura match? A 4?
I give it a... I'll give it a 4... I want to say 4.5, maybe.
Yeah, because that was a good fight and a great main event. That honestly, the
It
main
was
event
shocking, actually. That's what the real truth of it was. I was shocked that
what NXT
Samoa
wants to
Joe
do
lost.
and what NXT wants to do, they want to make Nakamura the next, big face on NXT, next big baby face. Basically, what Finn Balor was. So
Yeah.
honestly, Nakamura is a great person to have as the face, and I'm looking forward to seeing him matches with Austin Aries and Bobby Roode, and just have him clean out and have him beat basically every TNA guy NXT wants to bring out.
That's crazy. I hope they don't do that. But whatever, it don't matter.
Okay,
but anyway, let's...
All right, so now let's go to SummerSlam and watch the spiral down to Shitsville.
All right, so there was two surprising matches, two surprising endings that I was shocked by, which are the first two. I'm not going to talk about the pre-show. Fuck the pre-show. Don't care. Didn't watch it. So let's see. Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens versus Enzo Amore and Big Cass. Jericho and Kevin Owens win this match. I could not believe this shit. How the fuck do you have Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho win when Enzo and Big Cass were on a fucking ride up to the freaking moon in the tag team division, and then you make them lose? What the fuck kind of bullshit is that?
That you just put together on the spot.
Yeah.
I mean, it just boggles the mind.
That's idiotic. Idiotic fucking booking.
Yes, the booking on SummerSlam, the guy who does the booking should be shot for what they did. They shouldn't be fired. They should just be shot execution style.
Well, hold on a second. I didn't have a problem with the match itself. What I had the problem with was the fucking end result. Who the fuck would make Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens beat a top-tier tag team on the Raw's tag team division? That is so stupid.
Yes, I mean, I understand the tag team divisions on both Raw and SmackDown are piss poor at best, and you need to create tag teams to fill in the spot, but to have a legit tag team lose to a tag team you just put together, it's ridiculous. I mean, yes, Kevin Owens and Jericho, great talents individually. And yes, Jericho has held the tag team titles multiple times. And from your point of view, he should pretty much retire the same as the Dudleys.
Yeah.
And Kevin Owens, promising career. And honestly, he goes from IC champion to being put in the tag team division.
But hold on a second, not to interrupt you while you're trying to say something here, but you did mention that Jericho retiring like the Dudley Boys. Jericho's actually the one who picked up the fucking victory instead of Kevin Owens. That's another fucked up thing they did.
Oh God, yes. I mean, why not have the talent who you want to build up get the win? Why does Jericho have to hog all the glory?
It was
And they
fucking
claim
stupid.
they're quote unquote. When if you think about it, when is this like several months ago? Kevin Owens walked off on Jericho during a tag team match. And he's
Yeah,
done that multiple times.
yeah. That's the most fucked up thing they're doing. It's like they have amnesia and can't remember what they did from one week to the next.
I mean, at least try to keep your storylines, accuracy. I mean, don't just change something up. It's just convenient for you. Yeah.
I know, it's fucking retarded. I give the match, though, a 3 out of 5 stars, simply because the action was good. My only issue with it was the fucking ending sucked.
There's nothing really to talk about
Some,
these
I mean, it
matches
was
when it comes to me. So honestly, I just give it a 2.5 because the ending was bull. Everything about it was pointless and yada yada yada.
but there was one thing you have to admit. There was no screw job involved. It was a clean-cut victory. There was nothing that you could say was like, oh my god, I spent 10 minutes watching this fucking match, and they get a screw job finish.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay. Maybe I'll push the 3 just because you got a clean win. But honestly, again, why have a top tier tag team lose to something you just put together? Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't make a
All
lot of
right, we
sense.
talked about this long enough. These are the type of matches I just want to get over through it and just move on. So let's just do that.
All right, Sasha Banks and Charlotte for the women's championship belt. Dana Brooke
This
staying
match
for
was
reign.
a great match. I
Yeah,
would like to talk about this for a little bit because this was exactly what he expected me. And again, a clean win. I can't dispute Charlotte's been to say about it. She won. She got a clean, legit, good wrestling holding pin by countering the
yep.
crossface.
This
Whatever
was
you want to refer to it.
this was actually the most shocking match out of the entire show. I really could not believe that Sasha lost this match to Charlotte. My dad was watching it with me, and he said, "You watch, they're gonna have Charlotte win back the title from Sasha Banks." I said, "That don't sound like Vince McMahon to do something like that very often. He hasn't done that in a long time." Lo and behold, he does. I'm like, "What the fuck?" And
I
I
mean,
said to myself, "She won it cleanly too. What the fuck?"
I can understand why they did that. Again, you want to have a top heel as your champion, in order as you build up better wrestlers to challenge. I mean, if you have Sasha Banks as champion, all you have to, and all you're gonna see are basically her versus Charlotte over and over again, or her and Dana Brooke, and it kind of gets old. At least with Charlotte as champion, you get better competitors and possibly better matches. But again, like I said, it was a clean victory, and honestly, it's hard. Which one would you say is better, the match that you saw on Raw or this match?
Um, uh, it's a toss-up, to be honest with you. I mean, both matches were pretty darn decent. Quite honestly, I mean, I give this match a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Um, but I'm not quite sure which one's the better match. I think that, both of them were pretty damn good. So I can't really judge the one over the other, to be
I'd
honest.
have to
So
honestly give this match a 4 because it was honestly one of the best matches on the entire card.
I
And
disagree.
well, you can say what you want, but as a fan, from what I watched, I enjoyed it from beginning to end. And I honestly thought that Charlotte was going to eventually tap when she was put into that bank statement for the second time. And for
I'm on.
the fact that she managed to roll Sasha over and get the pinfall, I'll
Yeah.
give her credit where credit is due.
No, I don't disagree with you about the match itself. It was a very good match by both competitors. I just don't think it was the best match on the card, but we're
Well,
getting
I didn't
close
say
to
it was the
that.
best match. I said it was one of the best matches that I saw. Because a few
Okay.
matches were matches like I honestly don't want to talk about because it was just so bullshit.
Oh, you mean like the one like The Miz and Apollo Crews for the
Oh
Intercontinental
God, can we
Championship?
move? You know what? You know what was a better match that I saw on SummerSlam? The Miz versus the Colonel. That was a better match.
You know what? You know what they say? You know what Matt Hardy now says? Delete, delete, delete of Jeff Hardy.
Yes, I
Final.
want to delete that match from my memory. I mean, it had no progression whatsoever. It was over. It was the shortest match on the entire SummerSlam card,
Yep.
and I'm trying to think if Maurice interfered or not, but at some point, I just do not give a rat's ass. So let's just. I don't even want to give it a half a star.
It's a fucking dud, okay? The only
Yeah.
thing that would have given this match justice is Apollo Crews becoming the new Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah.
That's
It
it.
was like, yeah, that's a dud. Let's move on.
All right. The next match was AJ Styles and John Cena. This match,
Oh,
my God, was
what's the
the
show
best,
stealer of the night? And
best fucking match on the
honestly,
card.
yes, best match on the card. And honestly, it might be the best match on the over the entire weekend because that's really hard to. I enjoyed this match from beginning and they gave us the dream match that we wanted to see that they kind of botched because of storyline BS. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. The BS you got at Money in the Bank. So, and AJ, of course, won cleanly.
Yeah. That was the best part. The worst part about this fucking match wasn't the John Cena and AJ Styles. It was the fucking crowd. Did you hear how fucking silent they were? It was like they didn't even give a shit about this match. This match was the best performed match on the entire card of SummerSlam. I'm not going to say that it was the best match of the entire weekend. I don't know if I could say that, but it's pretty damn close to it. And to be quite
Yes, I
frank
have
with
to agree.
you,
I mean,
John Cena displayed the best wrestling capabilities he's ever done in his whole fucking life.
and the fans were like, of course, Cena sucks. They were doing some sort of song. I forget how they were doing it, but
Yeah, John Cena sucks. John
yeah,
Cena
they were doing
sucks.
it in his music. Yeah, and
Yeah,
I also think the crowd was just so fucking bored of the IC title match that they couldn't get into this match until eventually they realized, wow, AJ Styles just won. Let's cheer our fucking heads off.
my attitude is simple. Anyone says John Cena sucks anymore, which they probably still will because they're fucking jackasses, they're idiots. Because he went in there and he competed against a guy who's phenomenal. He's a fucking awesome competitor. He's an awesome wrestler. He does a variety of different moves. And John Cena did exactly with AJ Styles that exact thing. A variety of different moves, technician skills. They broke out of each. Fucking John Cena broke out of the calf crusher and was freaking reversed it like Kurt Angle and put him in the STF. Now, granted, the way
That
he
move,
does
yeah, the
huh?
STF move that Cena does looks shitty, but the fact he managed to counter the calf crusher into his submission move was impressive. The fact that they both kicked out of each other's respectable other finishers, the Styles Clash and the AA, was impressive. The fact that AJ managed to kick out of a what do you call this super attitude adjustment from the top turnbuckle
Yep. That was unbelievable. I thought that was the match right there. And I would have been pissed if that would have happened.
and then AJ won with the Styles Clash and then put a little stink on it with the forearm was just great.
Yeah. And the way they're playing with John Cena's character role now, they're making him like he's on a decline in his career, which is smart because That is what every athlete does after 15 years of being in any kind of sport. They start to decline. They can bounce back, get back to the way they were when they were in their prime eventually, and they can go up and down at the end of their career. Some decline completely and just keep getting worse and worse and worse. Some of them can bounce back from declining and get back to the way they were for a little while longer before they decide to hang it up. So I mean that's been seen in many different sports.
Yes, and that's what made it legit. And the fact that they need to have Cena lose to new guys who they bringing him back is what's important here. You can't just have the same guy on top every single year.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense. Not to mention, it needs to be, if you're going to give the spotlight to someone, it might as well be a guy that's already developed like AJ Styles. He was fucking unbelievable in this match. I give this match a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Outstanding performance by both men. Loved it.
I
What's
loved it
your
from beginning.
rating
I
of it?
honestly have to give it a 5 because I enjoyed it from beginning to end.
All right,
And I'm
sounds
sticking
good.
with what I said. In my honest opinion, it was the best match of the entire weekend.
All right. Well, at least WWE did something right here. um, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson win by disqualification with the New Day.
Oh
This
dear God!
match
Can we just skip
sucked.
this? It sucked.
Yeah, I
You
did
had
not
John
like
Stewart
this one.
interfere in the match again from last year, and then the match ends
But
in
at least he didn't screw over the team he was standing up for.
Yeah, that is true. But honestly, and then they. Oh, okay, never mind. But yeah, never mind. Just forget it. But yes. But in the match ends in disqualification, blah blah blah, and the New Day are reigning tag team champions for a full year.
Yep.
Congrats. I guess
Dean Ambrose defends the WWE World Championship against Dolph Ziggler. Dean Ambrose walks away with the title, regardless of rumors that he might lose it from his behavior that he performed on the Stone Cold podcast. What's your opinion on that?
Yes, I thought that was going to be the main problem because he was bad mouthing the backstage guys about the whole situation when it came to his match with Brock Lesnar. But the match was good. I mean, it was a good fighting style, Dolph putting on the technical wrestling ability while, of course, Dean being the fist pounding fire style. But I have no real complaints because the match was decent. I mean, it's a 3.5 solid match.
That's where I would disagree with you on this. This match was fucking complete, utter dull and boring. It was just a standard, regular match. It did not even feel like a world championship match at all. AJ Styles and John Cena felt more of a world championship match than this, and there was no title on the line for AJ and John Cena, number one. Number two, Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler, they put on great promos, but then when it came down to it, the match did not live up to the hype of the promos. This was not a fucking war. This was just a standard, regular, ordinary, bland match that went nowhere. Dolph Ziggler did not kick out of really anything that Dean Ambrose threw at him. He hits the dirty deeds, end of match. Why? You said you were going to kick out of everything, fight, claw, do whatever you had to do. This match should have been 25 minutes long, like the AJ and John Cena match. This was just a complete and utter disaster. I consider this to be a bomb. I think it's a 3 out of 5 stars simply because of the fact it had good standard wrestling, but it had a lackluster feeling to it. Horrible. It did not live up to the hype of the match that they built it up to be. This match felt like it could have been a main eventer or close to the main event, and it was a complete afterthought. It was a fucking thud of a match. I just did not like how this all went down. It did not feel like that. It was a fight feel type of feeling match. This match just was like We're here. We're doing the motions. We're going through the moves. And, okay, hit Dirty Deeds. That's it. Match over. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Dolph did hit, in respect, he did hit the zigzag in the match, but of course, Dean kicked out.
Yeah, but in Dolph Ziggler's side, he didn't do anything. He got hit with the finisher, and that was the end of it.
Yeah, he should have at least fought harder, but yeah. But it goes back to what we were spoiled weeks ago about this match just being a transitional until Backlash, where we'll probably get an even better match between possibly Ambrose and Styles.
Yeah, and I think that's why they left Dean Ambrose, because they wanted to just be. They thought by having a guy that's being already built up, has had a series of title defenses and retaining the belt, that it would be better for him to face AJ Styles than Dolph Ziggler, who just won the title, lose it to AJ Styles right off the bat. So that's probably the reason why they
don't really want to see that again. So
no.
yeah.
All right. The 6-women tag team match. Who gives a shit? This match was
Eva Marie was one of the 3 names that was suspended because of Adderall.
Yeah, whatever. I don't.
So yeah, that's what happened. They brought in Nikki Bella to fill in her spot, and she picked up the win. So whoopie-doo.
Well, me personally, I really don't give a shit about that match at all. So who fucking cares?
Not at all. Not at all. Okay, so the next match on the card.
Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins for the WWE BS
Championship. I don't care what you call it. The title is bullshit. I'm going to go into a mini rant here. So excuse me, but if you're going to create a belt to represent your brand, for the love of God, don't just rip off another title. I mean, they do it for the women's title. That's fair. Make the women's title represent as big as the WWE title for the women. Yeah, that's what you do. But when you create the same exact belt and dye it red, fuck that.
Well, let me just play devil's advocate here. But Matthew, it does have a different style than the WWE World Championship. Instead of the backside behind the WWE plate, instead of it being black, it's red. And the whole strap is red. So it all works out for the best.
Oh, fine. Give that belt to Eva Marie then. I don't care. You
First off, this belt should have never been named Universal. What the fuck would it... That's like going ahead and saying having the TNA Global Championship is more prestigious than having the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. That's basically what they're doing here.
Precisely. Again, and let's think about this. You're creating a belt to represent your brand. I said this just a couple of seconds ago. Make the design important. You don't just rip off a belt and dye it a different color. Give it even a crappier name and say, this is our world championship. I mean, look at the let's take a look at UFC and think about all the different belts they have. And think about the weight classes. You think they just use one belt design and say, this is our belt design for our world, our heavyweight title, this is a belt for a welterweight or junior weight or whatever. You need to have a belt. Wait, okay. All right, then explain to me, because, all right, then yeah, go ahead.
Actually, UFC has the exact same belt for each weight class. It looks exactly the same. No color changing. No color scheme change. Right. It's black with pure gold on the belt. The WWE, I'm in agreement with you on this. This fucking belt should have been, if you wanted to leave it the same exact design, fine. Leave it the fucking same design as the World Championship that you got on SmackDown. But you don't fucking name it number 1, the Universal Championship. You should have named it something else. And secondly, they should have fucking made just the strap red, and the behind the plate of the WWE logo, it should have been black.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I take back what I commented about UFC because I don't know dick about UFC, and I apologize for any UFC fans or whatever. But okay, fine. But yeah, they do the same thing with the world title. Yeah, they made the strap a little red and a little different. But yeah, but thing is, you need to create a unique belt to represent your brand, and dyeing a title red and having the same logo is just bullshit. Again, and I think when they revealed the belt, I think you vaguely hear someone say, "It looks exactly the same. It's shit."
I know. And it's ugly. It's fucking ugly as shit. I'd rather be called the WWE World Champion. I'd rather be Dean Ambrose right now than Finn Balor or Seth Rollins.
Oh
So,
God! I
and
mean,
Finn
the
Balor, of
WWE
course, is
title
injured.
is the legit title, and you come out with this again. You're just
Yeah.
copying. Make it original, for God's sake. All right, fine.
Yeah.
Enough of the
Let's
rant.
move
Get
on.
to the match.
Finn Balor wins the title from Seth Rollins. My overall rating's a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Reason being is it just felt like they were going through the motions. Another thing that I need to mention is the internet fucking ruins wrestling, in my personal opinion, because it gives away spoilers. They mention that Finn Balor's supposed to win this damn belt, and if it wasn't for the injury, he would have still stayed as Universal Champion, or BS Champion. And Seth Rollins should have been the guy to win. Now that Seth Rollins has got Finn Balor out of the picture because of the injury situation that's already been announced tonight, we are definitely going to see Seth Rollins be the world champion and should keep that title till the Royal Rumble and face Finn Balor at WrestleMania. That's what I think needs to happen.
And I did the math that supposedly Finn is going to be out for 6 months. Now, if he recuperates and pulls a quote unquote John Cena and comes back just a little bit early, he should possibly make it in time for the Royal Rumble, which if he does, he'll most likely end up winning. So then, okay, fine, you get your wish. You happy now? You only have to result in a man popping his shoulder out and torn ligaments or whatever. But yeah, you got what you want. You happy now? Oh, the internet ruined the match.
What's your overall rating on this match, Mouth?
Yes. I honestly have to give it a 4.
Okay. Rusev and Roman Reigns, no need to fucking talk about this. This was a no contest. Roman Reigns sucks a cock, so does Rusev. They all suck. Fuck them. Let's move on to main event time. Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton.
Wait a second. Can you still see me? Because I'm just going to do a slow clap on the excellent build-up they did for this match. And I don't know what Lesnar was thinking, because this was supposed to be a wrestling ring and not the fucking octagon. I have an opinion here. I gotta have to say this right here. I have to feel that when Lesnar did that, you were sending a message to Conor McGregor.
Yeah, and Randy Orton was. This whole thing was just a fucking stunt now that you mention it, I think this was a freaking stunt sent to Conor McGregor to show that WWE wrestlers are not pussies. Guys can take really real bumps and actually perform in this ring and do this kind of shit. When you saw Randy Orton get blasted with elbow shots from Brock Lesnar, that was real fucking blood. That was not bullshit. He had a humongous gash on his skull.
Yeah, there was no razor cuts or anything. In fact, even Vince has mentioned that he has banned the use of razor blades. So yeah.
Yeah, so
that was a legit beatdown.
Personally, this was a Brock Lesnar beatdown of John Cena with just Randy Orton being in this match. Randy Orton did get a few good shots in, and at the end of the day, Randy Orton just ends up losing by technical knockout. Now, my personal opinion, I thought that was a very surprising ending, but because of the lackluster of the last hour of this pay-per-view, it absolutely wasn't all that interesting. It took away the enjoyment out of it. Probably if you rewatched it, you'd probably enjoy watching it the second time around. But to be quite fair, this was not that big of a deal. It just was Brock Lesnar beating the fuck out of an opponent, and that's all this was. It worked the first time, second time around, don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, well, on the bright side, though, Randy didn't get 16 suplexes. I mean, yes, he got a few suplexes. He did hit the RKO, unlike Cena, who just lied there and took it like a bitch.
Yeah, pretty much. But anyway, this overall rating for this match, I give it a 3, just to be fair, because it was pretty damn fucking brutal at the end. So I got to give him credit for that. What's your rating on this match, and then we're going to hang it up?
Ah, God. I mean, I don't even want to feel like I even deserve to give this match a rating because I did not like it. But I'll just give it a 3 because whatever. I mean, the ending pissed me off that they honestly went that far just for a stunt ending. After all that build-up, I mean...
Well, they were trying to do something different, Matthew. Instead of just a pinfall or a submission.
Yes, I get it. But like I said, as soon as I saw him take off his gloves and start beating him, oh, God, this is a straight-up message to Conor McGregor. I said that to myself. I mean, God, could they be even more blunt with it? And
yeah, I hear you.
And honestly, if they weren't going to do doing the Big Show, Shaquille O'Neal celebrity match at WrestleMania, I'd rather see those two go at it.
Yeah, but Conor McGregor doesn't have balls to actually walk into a ring and do that. But who fucking cares?
And then I mentioned that to you, and you said that McGregor would win. Is that because of Brock's glass jaw?
No, I didn't say that.
Well, I actually asked you who would win in a fight between McGregor and
the legit fight. If Brock Lesnar left himself open for one shot by Conor McGregor, yes, I would say that he would knock Brock Lesnar out. But because of how big Brock Lesnar is, I think Brock Lesnar would beat his ass.
All right.
But,
okay, so that's pretty much it. So, all right, so who came up on top? NXT, TakeOver, or SummerSlam?
Do I really need to answer that? It's pretty easy. It's NXT.
I think our audience wants to know which brand is superior.
It's fucking obvious. It's NXT.
Okay.
The only match on SummerSlam that could even compete with any NXT matches was AJ and John Cena. That's it. The rest
yes. So once again, we had TakeOver Brooklyn 1 versus, I think it was Survivor Series, and then we had Dallas versus WrestleMania, and again, Brooklyn 2 versus SummerSlam. 3 of WWE's main roster's best pay-per-views get outshined by NXT. I mean, dear God, what is Vince smoking?
Lots and lots of crack. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please leave your comments and opinions down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. I'll always respond back to you as always. And on top of that, hit that subscribe button. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. And I thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great night for the rest of the remainder of the night. And you have a good day, guys. Bye.
Bye.